Hi, I'm Gay Webb. For my research proposal, I am proposing that death education courses can not only assuage death anxiety and fear of death or the distressing feelings that come up with when contemplating our mortality can be enhanced. I hope I'm making sense. That having more knowledge about death, we can have less fear and enjoy life more. Um, I hypothesize that after taking death education courses, which include a full gamut of learning about the physical, emotional, mental aspects of death of a loved one or even loss of a significant something in your life, learning how to learning that it is not um, that it doesn't have to immobilize a person, that sharing in those courses with other people can help people to have reduced fear and anxiety of death, and uh, help one to not use unhealthy defense mechanisms like denial, or get caught up in the fear so much that you fail to enjoy your life, that you fail to fully experience your life and um, find it meaningful. In our society in general, we get 3 days when someone dies that's in our family, generally, not even just friends or people we know. We get 3 days, and sometimes people who are not uh, fully aware of the importance of having time to grieve and identify and express emotions can make us feel isolated when that happens, and make us feel like we shouldn't uh, be having trouble with it, that it's just a thing that we do and go on. And I think that if death education courses were better advertised through the media, and although they are being more accepted more every day, I think that if it was a required thing in academia, that we would all feel more part of the community and be more understanding of each other and more respectful and appreciate people more, and do that all for ourselves as well, because we can tend to think that we might be abnormal or something if we're having trouble with a certain aspect of emotions. I think death education courses, and I show in my research proposals, a few studies, that death education courses can teach you how to identify some of the emotions you might be having, like anger and sadness and uh, depression and guilt, even, and fear, of course, when we experience a death of a significant person in our lives. And once we identify those feelings, then death education courses help to learn how to express them, those feelings. I think we would have much less trouble mentally in our society if we had more education courses on loss and just how to deal with loss and death. And my proposal hypothesizes that taking death courses will increase positivity and decrease negative feelings toward death and decrease fear, because it's just so important that we help each other through it. And all in all, I believe that if we each experience death education courses, that we would feel more part of the whole, that we would not feel so alone in our grief and the myriad of emotions that you can go through when you've suffered a loss or a death of something or someone significant. And since we're more and more have a tendency to be independent of each other, death education courses would help us to know how important community is to us, and having support and being supportive of each other. It would help us to not feel so alone. Anyway, my study will pre-test on death anxiety and well-being and positive and negative emotions, and then after the grief and bereavement courses at Northwestern Oklahoma State University, participants will be post-tested using the same scales. And I have a feeling that there will be an increase in positive emotions about death and loss and grief, and a decrease in negative emotions about the same. Thank you.